Who of you morons is responsible for this shit?
做兄弟，有今生，仲有來世。記住俾啲掌聲啊！
能同苦，能同甘。嘿，我知道你哋喺度，我知道我哋喺度，我知道我哋可以一齊落雨路。
Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is IP Lots, and this is my review of The Golden Job. 22 years ago, Andrew Lau, Ekin Chang, Jordan Chan, and a gang of others brought us Young and Dangerous, spawning over a dozen sequels, prequels, and side projects without equals. The Young and Dangerous universe reflected a very special time in Hong Kong history, both socially and cinematically. And now, 22 years later, The Golden Job reunites the cast of Young and Dangerous for what looks to be the old One Last Job storyline. Except I'm sure that if this movie does well, they'll do at least one more Last Job movie. I'm not gonna hold my breath, and neither should you. The Golden Job shows us everything wrong with bloated Hollywood action films. Because the only thing worse than doing something wrong is doing something wrong badly and cheaply. The vast majority of the car chases in this movie are CG, and not, unfortunately, good CG. I understand that good visual effects are expensive. These visual effects aren't expensive. But if I'm fair, a lot of this movie does look really nice. The locations, the wardrobe, and the sets really are visually impressive, and I mean that sincerely. The Golden Job is very nice to look at. The problem is that there's no real story in this movie. There's just the most cursory line from which the movie hangs a never-ending stream of glamour shots that don't really contribute anything except attempting to make the subjects look cool, I guess. And what little storyline there is painfully predictable. They say that justice is blind, but even she can see which one of the brothers is going to do a heel turn from the first action sequence. It's so obvious that I could tell you right now, and it literally wouldn't be a spoiler. It's as obvious as the Jackie Chan stunt team logo on the front of the truck that people drive in that first action sequence. Hey, you know, friends is friends, but really? Director Chin Carlock wanted, I guess, to thank Jackie Chan for hiring him, you know, back in the day. And on that level, I can certainly understand it. I prefer to think, though, that The Golden Job pays homage to Jackie Chan's earlier works, thematically. You know, the European settings are kind of reminiscent of movies like Armor of God and The Accidental Spy. So, yeah, The Golden Job is nice to look at, but for your own sake, don't let yourself think about any of it. Don't ask yourself why that African riverside features trees with autumn foliage, or why a location overlay says refugee camp, Africa. This review is filmed in Hong Kong, Asia. At least there's no need to wonder why the refugee camp is about the size of half a city block. I mean, sets are expensive even if they're not really set in Africa. You know, the EU legal system is strange. After a car chase, Ekin Chang is captured, tried, convicted, and sentenced to a montage. Oh wait, it's Europe, so montage. Speaking of Europe, it was good to see Ralphie May's Hungarian stunt double get some work. Also, speaking of Europe, that Japanese Jewish gag is somehow not quite as offensive as you'd think. And I can't believe I just had to say that sentence out loud. I can believe, however, that the cast of Young and Dangerous, a gangster movie franchise, aren't playing gangsters in The Golden Job. They're former soldiers and security experts. Because Chinese people are never gangsters or criminals, especially not in movies that you want to play in China. This guy, though, he is. You can tell because he speaks English.
You guys don't all go. It's time to return them.
You know what that makes him.
Evil.
But at least he speaks it reasonably correctly, so to speak. The opening of this review is actually a quote from one of the bad guys in the movie. Who of you morons is responsible for this shit? He's not Chinese, just evil. I didn't like this movie, and I brought up a lot of the things that I think are wrong with it, but it's not really that offensive. I mean, it's kind of so dumb you can't get mad at it. Although I have to say I did enjoy the Andrew Lau cameo in Japan. And to be honest, the audience that I watched it with enjoyed it. So really, it's not the audience, it's me. As a consequence, I guess it's unfair of me to say it's a bad movie. It was just bad for me. It just felt like the movie wanted me to simply accept that all these people were cool. It didn't do anything to try and convince me of that. And even when it did, it just failed. But if you want to watch it, go ahead. Go watch it in the cinema. Like I said, it does look nice because they filmed it on location in Hungary and Japan and even Montenegro, which is very pretty. So you could go watch it for that reason. Like I said, look at it, just don't think about it. And speaking of not thinking about it, do me a favor. Click on my Patreon page and just throw me a buck. Would it kill you? Well, obviously it would, because nobody wants to seem to do it, but that's not my point. All right, yes, I'm asking for money. I'm not asking for a lot of money, just a little. Don't be cheap, and don't steal movies. If you enjoyed my review, please tell me. If you didn't, tell me. And if you enjoyed the channel, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon.